Okay, so recently I've been trying to alter. If you're wondering about my hair, I had a hat on and it's whatever. In recent days I've been trying to alter my videos a little bit so that I'm not just talking about subjects but doing slightly different things in them. So I was thinking about something to do, and I thought this might be useful. This is, let's say, exercise or health video, which is not something I usually do, so why not? It's a useful technique that I learned at my first boxing club, and I think it's very good for your abdominal muscles. So what I'm going to do is give a demonstration, and I'm going to put this laptop on the ground, so hopefully it will all be aligned up and you'll be able to see properly. The reason I'm putting it online is I wasn't familiar with this exercise myself, so I'm not sure if it is that well known. It's called the plank. You may already be familiar with it, and this is not one of these viral sort of stunts where people lie like a park bench. It's actually a form of exercise. So I'm going to get straight to it. I don't want to talk too much during the demonstration because it's probably not a good idea. Anyway, here we go. You don't have to do it topless, but it is easier. Just gives you a bit more flexibility, and you'll see what I mean. Basically, the concept here is exercising your abdominal muscles, which of course for a fighter is important if you get body shots. So what you do basically is you get into a position as if you're going to do press-ups, but instead of press-ups you're staying in one position. You're trying to keep your back as horizontal as possible, and you have your elbows on the ground as such, so you're sort of resting your arms and your elbows. I'll try and show you what I mean, like this. So you can see there, apologies, you can see my arms sort of resting on the ground a little bit more horizontally, and then you're basically resting in that sort of position. In terms of the time you do this, it's I guess the longer you do it the better it is, but I don't see any reason why it needs to be as painful as possible. That isn't really the point. The point is to try and put some pressure on your abdominal muscles, which means they're obviously being exercised more. So the point is building your abdominal muscles. I heard a Chinese guy recently, a policeman in Beijing, made a record of 4 hours. Now that's staggering, incomprehensible, super fit. That was obviously for a world record, but the purpose of this exercise is not to be in absolute agony and pain and go as long as you can go. It's more just to get a sense that the abdominal muscles are being exercised. So you should do it so you get some pressure in that area, sort of around this area. You should be feeling some pressure after a while, and there will be very big pressure on your arms if you're doing it properly. And I think an ideal time is maybe 2.5 to 3 minutes. That may not sound like long, but it's long enough to get that sort of pressure. I would say any shorter and you're not really getting the best of it. Any longer and then it's just a pointless endurance sort of thing. Because I'm not sure if it would actually make much difference if you're going for a long time, other than being in pain. I'm not sure if it would actually have the purpose, which is the intention of building your abdominal muscles. So I would say 2 to 3 minutes every day is probably ideal. For me, 2.5 minutes is a good time. So I'm going to do that now. I'll give you a demonstration. Here we go. I'm going to try and get the camera so it's aligned with okay, and then after, I'm going to wait till sort of nearest, I'm going to wait to the half minute so that I can get good timing on this. So yeah, basically it's a good training technique. I learned it in my first boxing gym. As a fighter, one of the things that can make you go down is a body shot. I was very lucky in my fight that that didn't happen to me. By the way, your legs should be straight as well. And here we go. So you see, I'm in the posture as if I'm sort of doing press-ups, but my arms are straight, my forearms I should say. Okay, so should be 2.5 minutes. Well, it doesn't have to be 2.5 minutes. It could be 1 minute, 1.5 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever you feel right. In the gym we done 2.5 minutes, and believe me, after an hour of hitting bags, almost an hour of hitting bags. That is really, really, really tough. But I think it's a good exercise. Now, hopefully, I'm actually looking at another page right now. I'm not looking at the video, so I'm not sure what this looks like. Go switch around in a second. I should probably talk less. Now, right now I don't feel a huge amount of pressure, but probably in a minute it will start to kick in. So basically, as you can see, my body's flat, and it's you can see there I'm above the ground, and basically I'm resting my arms, so it's good arm exercise as well. But the real exercise here is in your abdominal muscles, at least it should be. If you know any other formats of this exercise, please let me know, because I like to try different things myself. It's not so much that I'm going for a six-pack, although that would be nice, but just to be toned would be good. The thing about six-pack is you need a good diet as well, so it's also in the diet. I think I've got about another 30 seconds for my 2.5 minute target. So at the moment you will also probably feel some pressure on your upper back. That's okay. I think it's all the muscles sort of coming together. But the real test is getting pressure in your abdominal muscles. Okay, so that's approximately 2.5 minutes for me, and that's an example of the plank. It's a good exercise for your midriff, for your abdominal muscles, and for your upper arms. So try it out. Take a breath first, because it is harder than it looks. I mean, that wasn't too difficult. I've done it for 3.5 minutes before, but the purpose is not to be in agony, it's to try and build some pressure on muscles that you don't always get an opportunity to use. So try that out if you haven't done so before. If you know another method for doing that, please let me know. And just so people don't get the wrong idea, this video is not about trying to set a record or anything like that. I have no interest in doing that. It's just about a comfortable amount, and that's an okay amount for me. I could do more if I push myself, but the purpose is not to be going for endurance so much as getting some sensation that there is pressure. Okay, thank you for watching.